see from your card are Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest, my wicked cousin Ernest.
I'm really not wicked at all, Cousin Cecily. You mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you are not, then you have certainly been deceiving us all in a rather inexcusable manner. I hope you have not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Well, of course I've been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, now you mention the subject, I have been very bad in my own small way. That is why I want you to reform me. You might make that your mission, if you don't mind, Cousin Cecily.
I'm afraid I've not the time this afternoon.
Well, would you mind my reforming myself this afternoon?
I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already. You are the prettiest girl I ever saw.
I don't think it can be right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Then Miss Prism is a short-sighted old lady.
Miss Prism says all good looks are a snare.
They are a snare that every sensible man would like to be caught.
Has someone been called back to town? Yes, sir.
What a fearful liar you are, Jack. I haven't been called to town at all.
Yes, you have. You've got to leave by the 4 or 5 train. And I hope you have a pleasant journey back to town. This bunburying, as you call it, has not been a great success for you.
I think it has been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that is everything.
I thought you were with Uncle Jack.
He's gone to order the dog cart for me.
Oh, is he going to take you for a nice drive?
He's going to send me away.
The dog cart is at the door, sir.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
Yes, miss.
I hope, Cecily, I shall not offend you if I stay quite openly, that you seem to me to be absolute perfection.
I think your frankness does you great credit. If you will allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary? I'd give anything to see it. May I?
Oh, no! You see, it is very simply a young girl's records of her own thoughts and impressions. But, Ernest, don't stop. I delight in taking down from dictation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I'm quite ready for more. Don't cough, Ernest. I don't know how to spell a cough.
Cecily, ever since I first saw your wonderful and incomparable beauty, I have dared to love you wildly, hopelessly, devotedly.
The dog cart is waiting, sir.
Tell them to come down next week at the same hour.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Jack would be very much annoyed if he knew you were staying on till next week at the same hour.
Oh, I don't care about old Jack. I don't care for anyone in the whole world but you. I love you, Cecily. You will marry me, won't you?
You silly boy, of course. Why, we've been engaged for the last 3 months.
For the last 3 months.
Yes, it will be exactly 3 months on Thursday.
But how did we become engaged?
Well, ever since dear Uncle Jack first confessed to us that he had a younger brother who was very wicked and bad, you have of course formed the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prism. I dare say it was foolish of me, but I fell in love with you, Ernest.
Darling, and when was this engagement actually settled?
On the 4th of February last, worn out by your entire ignorance of my existence, I determined to end the matter one way or the other, and after a long struggle with myself, I accepted you in this very garden. The next day, I bought this little ring in your name, and this is a little bangle with a true lover's knot I promised you always to wear.
Did I give you this? It's very pretty, isn't it?
Yes, you've wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I've always given for your leading such a bad life.
What a perfect angel you are, Cecily.
You dear romantic boy. I hope your hair grows naturally, does it?
Yes, darling, with a little help from others.
I'm so glad.
You'll never break off our engagement, will you, Cecily?
I don't think I could break it off, now that I've actually met you. Besides, of course, there is the question of your name.
Yes, of course.
Now, you mustn't laugh at me, darling, but it had always been a somewhat girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name was Ernest. There is something in the name that seems to inspire absolute confidence. I pity any poor married woman whose husband is not called Ernest.
But, my dear child, do you mean to say you could not love me if I had some other name?
But what name?
Oh, any name, like Algernon, for instance.
Algernon. I don't like the name Algernon.
But seriously, Cecily, if my name was Algie, couldn't you love me?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character, but I fear I should not be able to give you my undivided attention.
Cecily, your rector here is, I suppose, thoroughly experienced in the practice of all the rites and ceremonials of the church?
Oh, yes, Dr. Chasuble is a most learned man.
Then I must see him at once, our most important our most important business.
Oh,
I'll be back in no time.
what an impetuous boy he is. I like his hair so much. I must enter his proposal into my diary.
Miss Fairfax has just called to see Mr. Worthing.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in his library?
He went off in the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Ask the lady to come out here. Mr. Worthing is sure to be back soon. And you can drink tea.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax.